Magandang araw Luzon at maayong buntag sa ating mga taga-subaybay mula dyan sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ako po si Billy Andal and welcome to the show, Tulay.
Mga kaibigan, magandang tanghali po sa ating lahat. Sana po ay masiyahan kayo sa aming mga ihahandog ngayong hapon na to. Ako po si Jet Claveria.
Well, Jet, ngayong linggo na ito ay maganda para sa Tulay, sa ating mga televiewers sapagkat sa kauna-unahang pagkakataon may bisita tayong isang Koreano at isang Singaporean na nagre-represent ng isang malaking kumpanya mula sa Korea na may kinalaman sa organic fertilizer production.
Oo, at doon naman sa ating tinig marino, si Nelson at saka si Arian, magpapatuloy naman nila yung about doon sa kanilang tinalakay last week na ambulance chasing.
Kasama pa rin po sa episode na ito, ngayong linggo na ito, ang ating pakikipanayam sa isang konsihal ng bayan ng Laurel, Batangas. And Jet, si Konsihal Angelito Lito M. Rodriguez. Kaya marami po tayong babantayan ngayong araw na ito ng linggo.
Sa ating pagbabalik naman, yung iyong pakikipagpanayam kay Mr. Alvin Tiang, founder ng Alta Group, at Mr. Paik Yang Jin. Oo, siya naman yung Vice President ng Green Bio Company Limited. Kung mga kaibigan, wag po kayong aalis, babalik kami.
On our show tonight, we have two guests coming from the two countries, and this is coming from South Korea, the other one, represented by no less than Mr. Paik Yongjin, and the other guy from Singapore, Mr. Alvin Chang. Welcome to the show, Tulay.
Thank you. Thank you, Sabi.
So, how is the feeling of the gentleman in my country, in the Philippines?
We love the weather here. The climate is really nice. The people are really friendly.
Wow.
Really enjoy the time being in the Philippines itself. And going around looking at new things, like the new developments that's in the Philippines, I think very great potential here in the Philippines.
Potential for growth.
Yes, sir.
I love this, people in Philippines. They're all kind, and food are really great. Food and the climate is awesome. So
Okay.
I love Philippines.
So, anyway, before going any further, please introduce yourself.
Basically, our company is a organic fertilizer company, founded on bioagricultural technology, and we also continue to develop new technology with nature's ingredients. And the farming materials produced through this process are the basis for good farming.
Alta Group is basically based in the Philippines. We started off and founded in the Philippines.
Wow.
We are here with the purpose to bridge international organizations with the Filipino organizations. So what we are doing is that we are looking at projects and items to do together with the Filipino partners that can improve the livelihood of the people in the Philippines.
Wow, yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's
And,
nice to hear.
Of course. So we also want to that allow foreign organizations to have a wider access to the Philippines, because many of them are looking to come into the Philippines either for business or to actually migrate here, retire. That's what they are looking at, and some of them don't know where to start. So that's where we are coming in to help them do a little bit of bridging.
So it's Alta serves as the link between Philippine organizations, Philippine government, and on the other hand, from South Korean and other countries wanting to do business in the country. Am I right?
Yes, sir. This is right. So we come in here to the Philippines with the connections from overseas, like for example, like South Korea, maybe from Southeast Asia, Singapore, Malaysia. And then we actually come into the Philippine side to work together, basically the partners, and open more doors for everyone.
Now, I understand Green Bio is into organic fertilizer production. Why is it so important that we go organic in our agricultural and farm production?
These days, modern agriculture creates many problems due to reckless use of chemical fertilizers. It devastated the soil and causing extreme destructions of the ecosystem, acidification of the soil, and a reduction of organic matters. Furthermore, the vicious cycle of chemical fertilizers, it has caused the farmers to health damage and
Hazards. It poses
damage.
hazards.
Yeah. And consumers have become more afraid of food, especially the supply of NPK-based fertilizer.
That's the usual fertilizer that
that's not
the farmers use.
Yes, and its poor mineral contents leads to poor crop quality, and people do not receive essential minerals. So currently, about 2 billion people are in the state of a hidden hunger, which means deficiency of a nutrient.
2 billion.
2 billion, yes. So I guess it's more than that. And residual pesticide, heavy metals, and environmental hormones are also found to be a serious cause of the serious diseases like cancer and respiratory diseases.
Respiratory diseases, yeah. Skin also.
Yes, skin too. And a birth of malformed babies, that's critical. So even China's government is implementing regulation to limit increase in use of chemical fertilizer and pesticide to 0% by year 2020.
How many percent by 20?
0%.
0%?
Yeah, 0%.
Oh.
Because due to the severe depletion of the soil.
That means to say even China realizes the importance of going organic and doing away with chemical fertilizer.
Yes, because chemical fertilizer is even destroy the condition of the soil too.
Yeah.
So
it becomes acidic. That's my basic understanding.
Yes.
So as we see like many different uses of the agriculture techniques in the world right now actually causes a lot of problems for all the agricultural farms. But as time progresses and technology progresses, we see like many improvements into organic agriculture, organic farming, and this is where many countries are now starting to place a lot of focus on it. Just as you said, in the Philippines itself, they have the Organic Act 2010. This act itself is already showing the commitment on Philippines side to actually improve and try to rebuild the agriculture sector right here.
I am glad that there is such a company as Green Bio in Korea, which is involved on this. That's practically why you came here to help us, or how do you see yourself here in promoting the use of organic fertilizer? Before you answer my question, we will have a break, and don't go away, my friends.
For more than 3 decades now, the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation has been a dependable partner of the government in changing the lives of the marginalized sectors. Over 70% of its earnings go to the government and community development projects. As PAGCOR fulfills its commitment to the nation, it will keep on inspiring, giving, and caring for those in need. Because in our journey to become a better nation, no Filipino should be left behind.
Dapat maparating itong laman ng damdamin. Halika! I'll reveal my secret kung bakit laging nasa kondisyon ng boses ko despite my crazy schedule. Mega C. 2 capsules of Mega C every day and I'm on the go. Kahit sobrang hectic ng schedule ko, sa dami ng activities, kayang-kaya dahil sa Mega C. Pag may concert, mall show, TV guesting, musical play, recording, campus tour, or shooting and taping. Mega C assures na makukuha ng katawan ko ang maximum amount of nutrients sa mga food ingredients ng mga meals ko every day to sustain my daily grind. During my workout, swimming, jogging, playing my favorite sports, and partying. Mega C is sodium ascorbate in veggie capsules. Ultimately, Mega C keeps me away from common illnesses like cough and colds that could affect my singing. It also makes me radiant and foggy because of the efficient absorption it gives to my body. Di ba, Tita Mega?
Yes, Gerald. The best tumulong ang Mega C sa absorption ng nutrients sa body mo.
So sa ating mga Pinoy na super busy pero mahilig sa pagkanta, Mega C can also be your best friend. 2 capsules of Mega C every day, and you're ready to be your own star. Alam nyo na, sikreto ko ha, Mega C, available sa mga leading drugstores nationwide.
We're still here at Tulay, and with us is Jean from Green Bio of Korea, South Korea, and Alvin Chang from Singapore. So you can now explain based on what we have been discussing before we took the gap.
Well, first, why it's so important to Philippines, I mean, organic farming environment things. Because I would say a shift to organic farming is need to provide a sustainable agricultural environment.
Sustainable
Yes.
agriculture.
Yeah, and also proper food supply. In Korea and around the world, organic produce and organic fertilizer are managed using certification system for organic fertilizer. And I also know the Philippines also has a continuing interest in organic agriculture through OCCP.
OCCP.
Is that correct?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and so Green Bio is given all organized effort to organic technologies. I mean, develop organic technologies to counteract this Philippines preparation.
I understand Green Bio is already about a decade in organic fertilizer production. Am I correct?
Yes, they've been actively doing a lot of research and development into like organic agriculture and how to like improve a lot on soil health. That's what they have been always been focusing on. Philippines actually has very blessed land, so a lot of
Very blessed land.
yes, just very blessed land. So a lot of agriculture crops that's grown on the land in the past used to be very great. Even in the 1970s, that is where the Philippines was actually an agriculture powerhouse within the Asia climate itself.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yes, and somehow things moved on. The other countries caught up. So the powerhouse didn't really actually become a powerhouse anymore. So that's where we saw, Philippines actually has the potential to get back this glory from the past. But how come things are not moving? So we were thinking and we were racking our brains, why is this so? Because for our side, we are very interested in the agriculture sector. So we were discussing it together with Green Bio, and we were looking at the issues that were outstanding in the Philippines. So we came down to a conclusion that it is actually the soil health that created many problems for the people in the Philippines, especially for the farmers. Because when the soil health is not there, the crops that they grow, they lack quality, they lack the strength, they lack the resistance. That is where, so with all the damages that comes in from the floods and the typhoons, easily the crops will be damaged and destroyed. So,
Well, okay.
yes, and likewise, like even like I said, on our research itself, we have seen like the population growth in the Philippines, but a decline in terms of like employment within the agriculture sectors. Maybe it's also progressed with society, but this is what we have been looking through, not only in terms of just agriculture sector, but in terms of employment wise, how we can come in here to aid and to help the people improve their lives here.
Can you tell us the production process involved in coming out with an organic fertilizer?
Basically, blood generated during slaughtering of animals may cause water and soil contamination, but at the same time, it contains rich nutritional ingredients such as protein and minerals. When we convert the blood into fertilizer, it is more valuable than any organic resource. And our company converts animal blood into amino acid and soluble minerals through natural amino acid production technologies, which is developed through the National Research Project.
So more or less, that's the process.
Yes,
so
that's the process.
so if you go by your graphics, you go from pre-treatment of the raw material into fermentation and then bottling and post-treatment using natural microbial enzyme.
So we also have been like testing this natural amino acid fertilizer for a period of time in the Philippines on the local soil, even in terms of your backyard farms, or even in terms of like just any normal households. So we saw that actually we found that this organic fertilizer grew crops faster, made them stronger, regained the health of the soil, and made the soil fertile again. That is where we saw the opportunity to be able to help the farmers in the Philippines because of the technology that Green Bio has that very effectively regains the soil health, which we see it as very important because from the soil health itself, it creates the quality crops and it also creates a higher level of productivity. That is how we are working together with them and trying to bring in this product, the system, and the technology into the Philippines.
How do you think Biogen or Green Bio can help our farmers and the environment, considering that most of the farms here are into chemical fertilizer use?
Okay, first we believe that increasing productivity of organic produce will help solve the problem of food self-sufficiency and the trade balance of agricultural food. Second, we will contribute to sustainable farming by improving soil, water pollution, and restoring ecosystem by reducing use of pesticide and chemical fertilizer. Third, it can be applied to advanced farming technologies that responded to first industrial revolutions, such as smart farm facility and high-tech farming method by using drones.
We understand that in the farming community that the faster the production of the crops, the faster they get to put dinner on the table. With this technology itself, we can see like firstly the improvements in the growth, the speed of it, and at the same time, farmers are able to have a healthier lifestyle. They are able to give to the people healthier food, higher quality food, and that's where we have our intentions to come in to here to help and also to improve the environment here. Because at the same time, we, Sir Billy, you and I, we are staying here too. So of course, when we are eating the produce, of course we would like them to be of good quality and healthy food, which is so affordable to everyone. That is where we are looking to bring in the organic fertilizer technology, share it with the people here, and grow together with them.
So you're ready anytime to go into putting up maybe supplying first and then going into local production later.
Yes, those are the things that are in plan.
That you're in mind.
Yes, that's right, sir.
Right.
Because if without a local production, we will not be able to supply to the big amounts of people here too.
Considering the quantity needed.
Yes, the quantity and the population that's here.
Well, for lack of time, maybe short message to our viewers, Jean and Alvin.
Okay, I'm here to introduce our products, which is organic liquid fertilizer. So it's time to change your way of thinking. So using chemical fertilizer, which is destroy your own land. So please be ready to use and get to know our product. So please be happy with our product. So that member Green Bio from Korea. Thank you very much.
So for any of the viewers or any of the friends who are interested in starting off with organic farming or with the organic fertilizers, do feel free to contact any of us, either us at altafertilizer@gmail.com, or you can also approach Sir Billy for help to actually contact us, and then let's see how we can work together.
Of course, we are ready to help, and thank you for your time, and thank you for being with us, coming all the way from Korea and from Singapore, Alvin.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Sir Billy.
And hope to see you again on the show tonight.
Of course, we will see you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys may be asking, what makes me young and strong? It's Mega C, sodium ascorbate. Nothing beats Mega C. Take it from me, it's Mega C.
For more than 3 decades now, the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation has been a dependable partner of the government in changing the lives of the marginalized sectors. Over 70% of its earnings go to the government and community development projects. As PAGCOR fulfills its commitment to the nation, it will keep on inspiring, giving, and caring for those in need. Because in our journey to become a better nation, no Filipino should be left behind.
Okay, natapos din Kabili yung interview mo sa kanila. Kala ko hindi na matatapos.
Parang 2 taon namin ginawa yung yung segment na yun, Jen.
Oo. Pero maganda naman yung mga pinagtalakayan ninyo, no?
Well, naintindihan naman palagay ko ng ating mga televiewers sagat pilit na pinauunawa ng ating bisitang South Korean at Singaporean kung ano ang kabutihang maidudulot ng organic fertilizer sa ating mga lupang sinasaka.
So, Kabili, atin namang mapapanood sa segment ng Tulay ang tinig ng Marino kay Nelson at saka kay Arian kung paano nila last week pinag-usapan yung tungkol sa ambulance chasing. Ngayon naman ay mapapanood natin yung kanilang pagpapatuloy para naman sa kaalaman ng maritime industry.
Tama naman yun at natutuwa ating mga taga-subaybay because yung tinig ng Marino is a welcome addition sa mga segment ng Tulay.
Oo, napakaganda ng kanilang team up din ng dalawang mag-ama.
Maganda rin si Arian.
So, tingnan natin.
Panoorin po natin ito.
Saan ka nakakita ng abogado na yung abogado mismo ang magbibigay ng kasabas?
Nangyari, pinapatay niya yung industriya.
The landscape is changing now. Ito ang industriya maritima ng Pilipinas.
This is our country's lifeblood. So it's time to turn the spotlight.
Samahan ninyo kami sa 30 minutong makabuluhang pagtalakay at paghimay sa mga isyu ng industriyang ito. Dito lang sa Tinig ng Marino sa PTV. Isang magandang tanghali sa aming mga taga-subaybay, sa ating mga minamahal na marino at sa ating mga kaibigan sa industriya maritima. Sa atong mga kaigsuunan sa Sugbo, sa atong mga kaigsuunan sa Mindanao. Buenos dias con ustedes, alina sa Buanga. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh. Ha mga maastay manhud ko hasug.
Good day everyone! Sa aking butihing ama, sa aking mga kaibigan at sa lahat ng mga minamahal nating mga televiewers.
Noong isang linggo, tinalakay natin ang kontrobersya ng ambulance chasing na talaga namang pumapatay sa ating industriya maritima. Ngayon naman ay makakasama natin ang Presidente at Chief Executive Officer ng isang kilalang mining agency ng Pilipinas, and we will ask them how the ambulance chasing has adversely affected the seafaring industry. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Miguel Rocha, the President of SafeShare.
Oh, thank you very much for having me on your show. It's a privilege to be here with you today and to be able to address a very, very important issue, which is a serious threat to the Philippine manning industry.
And a part of your company, how do you endure the losses in terms of revenues, jobs, for your fleet in SafeShare?
Well, over the last few years, we've actually lost nearly 1,000 seafaring jobs to other nationalities, specifically due to the corruption which exists in our industry, which is targeting and attacking not only the seafarers, but the ship owners themselves. To give you some idea, 1,000 seafarers for us results in a loss of nearly $750,000 in revenue per year. But that's not really the main part of the story, and it's really not about CF Sharp. What I'd like to share is what that means to the seafarers. 1,000 seafarers
That lost their job.
that lost their job. The wages alone for those seafarers, 1,000, in one given month is nearly $1.5 million per month.
Wow.
Okay? Per year, that's more than $18 million per year.
And that is for your company alone.
No, and that's not, and to clarify, that's just the losses for my company, but these are losses not for CF Sharp. These are losses for the seafarers themselves. The 1,000 seafarers, their wives, and their children are all the ones that are most heavily impacted. Now, if you want to take it even further, that $18 million loss for the 1,000 seafarers of CF Sharp, I believe that there was more than 65,000 less deployments last year, according to the POEA. If you use that figure, the overall loss in revenue for seafarers is well over $1.2 billion per year.
And you could imagine that we have a sagging economy and we lost more than $1 billion.
That's right.
Because
Yes.
of the problem of the ambulance chasers.
Absolutely correct. Yes, that's absolutely
That
correct.
is a very staggering amount. How do you deal with the principals? How do you, I mean, this could be very also a little bit scary for the on the principal side. So how do you keep their confidence?
It's really difficult. It's nearly impossible to mitigate fear and anxiety that the ship owners have when they can have unmeritorious cases filed against them and decided against with no practical legal recourse. We can try to encourage them to handle medical repatriations in the best possible way, to make sure to work very closely with the seafarers so that when they come home injured, that they're treated and rehabilitated back to fitness so they can rejoin the ships. We tell them that they need to be very dutiful about documenting and chronicling all of the events that happen on board the ships. But these are all relatively ineffective when you consider the fact that we're not dealing with an element that can be combated with merit, reason, and the law. You're dealing with corrupt elements who are taking unmeritorious claims and making decisions which they can execute, giving the recourse for the ship owners no opportunity to try to combat that.
But this is a problem. Most of the Filipino seafarers are still thinking that they are irreplaceable, that they cannot be replaced by other nationals. But the landscape now are changing because there are already many Eastern Europeans that get in. There is the Vietnamese, the Indians, the Myanmaris, the Indonesians, which were not our competitors before.
That's absolutely right. And there's an axiom that exists in all business, this idea that you're too big to fail. And when 15 years ago the champions call for the Philippines was that we're one in three seafarers comes from the Philippines. We're too big to fail. Now we've realized that our percentage and stakeholder in the international market has gone way down. We're just over 20% now. Not too big to fail. Maybe it's not possible for the entire shipping world to immediately replace all Filipinos.
That's it.
But they can certainly do it a little bit at a time. And over the years, as other markets that you've mentioned, Indonesia, India, especially Eastern European, Russia, Ukraine, all these other countries, Romania, are starting to produce more and more competitive seafarers. And with the situation here in the Philippines being so incredibly unpredictable and unmanageable, little by little, as these ship owners are growing tired of being victimized, they are seeking other sources to man their ships. And other sources, other countries are rising to the occasion. As you said, a lot of these countries were not competitors 15 years ago, but they certainly are eating at our market share today.
And I've just heard a few days ago that Georgia is also competing. Georgia, I haven't heard of Georgia before.
Wow.
I know that Ukraine and Latvians and Romanians were already in, as Germans. But the Georgians, I haven't heard of Georgians before. And aside from that, they only ask 1/2 of the salary of the Filipinos.
Well, I guess that's the
Say,
thing.
for example, our ABs are getting $1,200 to $1,500 a month, their ABs are only asking $600.
And that's the thing, right? We are becoming more expensive, and then you add to that all this false disability claims, and then I guess the Filipino seafarers are looking less and less attractive to foreign principals.
The unfortunate truth is, when I speak to those principals, especially the ones who have already left and pulled all the Filipinos off, or the ones who are in the process of doing so, all of them have recognized, without a doubt, that the quality of the Filipino seafarers is superior. That they are taking, suffering losses by going with other nationalities who are not as professional, who are not as competent, who are not as hardworking, who are not as easy to mix with other nationalities. Their ships are suffering, but they're willing to incur that suffrage to avoid the unpredictable, inexplicable, and extreme cost that comes with working and hiring Filipinos today.
You are correct, as what I've been saying as well, that apple for apple, orange for orange, Filipino seafarers are still the best.
Absolutely.
But what you've said about the unimaginable, unpredictable, unbudgetable cost that the owners will incur because of the tremendous unmeritorious cases filed against them, that is why they are forced to hire other nationals.
That's right. Well, let me put it to you in a way that I think everybody can understand. We all have our favorite restaurant. We all have our favorite place to dine. If I went to my favorite restaurant and every third time I went there, they charged me an extra 30% or 40% tax on my bill, I might argue. And if they had the ability to take my money, I would walk out with that less money. I don't know that I'd be going back to my favorite restaurant anymore if that was what I had to face every time I chose to eat there.
That's it. That's in a very easy layman's term to say it.
Yeah.
But some Filipino seafarers do not still recognize that that is the case now. And I told them that the landscape is changing now. We have already competitors, unlike before. During my time, when I was sailing, we replaced other nationals. But now, we are being replaced by other nationals.
That's right. The practice is not necessarily to wipe all Filipinos off the ships, although that has been the drastic measure of one of our principals, who did in one fair swoop removed all the Filipinos at one time.
How many seafarers lost their jobs again?
In that time, it was more than 600 crew. In one fair swoop that was removed and replaced with Indians and Burmese nationals.
And those 600 crews would also translate to 600 families.
That's absolutely right.
Filipino families.
Yeah, and to think of 600 families, how many people will be starving because they lost their jobs?
Yes.
Oh, that's absolutely right.
Just because of one person filed a case and was awarded with a ridiculous claim.
Okay.
Ridiculous claim.
I want to frame this in an appropriate way. Okay. And you're right by mentioning one person filing a claim, because this is not a pandemic problem across all Filipino seafarers. A recent study showed that actual medical repatriations for this maritime industry in the Philippines is only about 2.75%, which means only two to three crew per 100 actually come home with some sort of injury. Of those, more than 85% are actually returned to fitness and rejoin the vessel. Okay? So that means that the ones that are making a problem are just a very, very few percentage of all the seafarers that are responsible for amounting to these astronomical amounts of claims. So in this case, it really is the one bad apple that's spoiling the cart.
And yung 2% na yon, pinapatay ang ating industriya. Pero time out muna tayo. Magbabalik po ang Tinig ng Marino sa PTV. Diyan lang po kayo.
Never go through this again. You can now pay directly to Meralco, wherever, whenever, with Meralco Mobile.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Ito po si Alan Villa ng Meralco, magbibigay po ng electrical safety tips. Iwasan magsaksak ng kung ano-ano mang bagay sa ating mga wall outlets. Lalo na't may mga bata sa bahay, ugaliin nating lagyan ng safety plug ang ating mga outlets.
Maliban sa CF Sharp, hiningan din po namin ng mga pahayag ang iba't ibang mga manning agencies laban sa ambulance chasing.
Okay, in our company, these ambulance chasing lawyers are creating a big problem as this affects the seafarers' the industry's reputation to our clients. A number of clients are already complaining about the effects of these ambulance chasing lawyers who are giving unreasonable claims against our company and our clients. It's getting to be more and more alarming that something has to be done to resolve this problem. For this reason, we are asking our government to look into the matter before the worst scenario comes up where our Filipino seafarers will be losing their job to other nationality as the effect of these ambulance chasing lawyers.
The effect is very negative, and something has to be done about it because many countries, many nationalities are looking for other national seamen to change the Filipinos. Okay, what's been going on is it's been going on for too long, and especially the Greeks, they're tired of it. The Greeks are very tired of the ambulance chasing. They're very tired of the corruption in NLRC, in POEA, in general. In the last 10 years, the Philippines has gone from number 1 to number 2, and it's going to keep going down. So, years ago, we used to have 800,000 registered Filipino seafarers. We've got, what, 350 now? 400,000 registered Filipino seafarers. China has overtaken the Philippines. A country that does not speak English has overtaken the Philippines, who is a very good English-speaking country, very hard workers, very good people. I would suggest, honestly, to Filipino seafarers to use their brains. Okay? Nobody's going to give you anything for free. If somebody approaches you and tries to tell you that you're going to get so much money, okay, 99% they're lies. They're using you. I would suggest, prior to taking any action, the Filipino seafarer must always consult with the family, even consult with other lawyers. Okay? Because for sure, there's going to be difference of opinions. And another thing I would suggest to Filipino seafarers, I don't care who the lawyer is, you never, ever, ever hire a lawyer that's in the hospital. You never hire a lawyer that's outside NLRC or POEA. Never. Okay? Because they don't want anything good for you. They're just looking after themselves and destroying the system. And as evidence, the long-term effects is that the Philippines now is number 2 and is continually declining. If you see the Tinignan Marino and Engineer Ramirez statistics, okay, we already have a lack of officers. This is only going to get larger. We have a surplus of ratings. If we don't do anything, there's going to be a surplus of officers in the future because, like I said, especially the Greek industry, which is the 50% of the global industry at the moment, okay, they are very much looking for other nationalities because they are tired of this. It's not the salaries that bother them very much. It's not even the education that bothers them very much, okay? It is the corruption. It is unacceptable to break your hand and to get total disability. It's unacceptable. In no country in the world is this accepted. Why is it's accepted in the Philippines? I have no idea. I can only hope, pray, that the Filipino seafarers can be smarter and not be used, okay? Because the truth is that for the last 30 years, they're trying to make a propaganda that the foreigners are the only ones using the Filipinos, but the truth is that the Filipinos are using the Filipinos on a daily basis. And sayang talaga. I've been here for 25 years. Okay, this is my second home. Okay, and I have nothing but the best to say about Filipino people and Filipino seafarers. But I just wish they would be smarter and more wise and not allow themselves to be used.
Nakakaalarma ang epekto ng ambulance chasing sa industriyang pandaragat o pagmaritima sapagkat ito isang malaking balakid sa industriya. Sa kaso namin dito sa Parola, meron kaming 2 kaso ng ambulance chasing na kung saan ang isang marino ay nabigyan ng karampatang benepisyo ayon sa kanyang kontrata matapos siya ay maaksidente sa barko. Subalit, ang nangyari, ang mga ambulance chaser ang nag-udyok sa kanya na mag-file ng panibagong kaso sa NLRC at ito ay naawarda ng $180,000. Bagamat siya ay fit to work na. Ang nagsuffer dito, in the end, ay ang may-ari mismo ng barko. So, sa sobrang galit ng barko sa amin, ay nag-warning ito, o nagbigay ng stern warning na kapag ang kalakarang ito ay hindi matitigil, mapipilitan silang bawiin ang mga barko sa aming kumpanya. So, ang nakakapangamba rito, ang ini-employ ng may-ari ng barko na ito na hapon ay nasa 180 ka-families. So, isipin nyo, dahil sa isang kaso ng ambulance chasing, 180 ang mawawala ng trabaho o maapektuhan. Kaya dapat ang gobyerno natin na-address ang problemang ito upang sa ganon ay matigil na ang ambulance chasing dito sa ating bansa.
Okay, nagbabalik po tayo ngayon sa Tinig ng Marino sa PTV. Mr. Rocha, what are your final words or message to our seafarers who are watching us now?
If I could give one message to the Filipino seafarers, the first thing I would like to say is thank you. Thank you for your hard work, service, and dedication, and for representing the Philippines well. What we need to understand more is that we are together in this, and that the good of the whole must outweigh the good of the individual. Please recognize that whenever somebody comes up and offers you something that's too good to be true, it usually is. And in these cases, it's important to remember, not only are the ship owners victimized, but the crew themselves are the victims as well. Because the monies and awards and judgments that are given rarely reach the pockets of the seafarers. They go to line the pockets of the ambulance-chasing lawyers and the corrupt individuals that help them execute this corrupt scheme. So hold to your values, hold to your integrity, and continue to make the Philippines proud.
Well, the future may look a little bit disturbing for our seafarers, but we all know that it is still in our hands to change that path. So see you po next week sa susunod na episode ng Tinig ng Marino sa PTV.
Good morning! Narito naman tayo ngayon sa ating Dear Miss A. Akala nyo ba ang pagsisiman ay puro saya? No! Dahil minsan may mga problema din kinakaharap ang ating mga seafarers at ang kanilang mga misis. Sabi nga ng karamihan, pag seaman ay seaman loloko na kaagad. Depensa naman ng mga marino. Sa panahon daw ngayon, ang mga seaman naman daw ang niloloko. Gaano kaya katotoo ito? Dito sa Dear Miss A, bibigyang daan natin ngayon ang isang sulat mula sa partner ng isang seafarer. Itago na lamang po natin siya sa pangalang Amy. Dear Miss A, sumulat po ako sa inyo dahil gusto ko po sanang humingi ng payo. Ang partner ko po ay isang seaman. Oiler po siya sa barko at may isa po kaming anak. Okay naman po kami nung umalis siya. Nangako po siya sa akin na mag-ipon-ipon lang kami at magpapakasal pagbalik niya. Pero nitong nakaraan po lamang ay nabalitaan ko na may kinakasama na po siya sa barko. May nag-send po sa akin ng picture sa messenger, private picture ng asawa ko, at ng babae niya sa loob ng cabin. Gusto ko pong kumprontahin ang asawa ko pero blinak na po niya ako sa Facebook. Ano po bang dapat kong gawin? May habol din po ba kami ng anak ko kung sakaling sa kanya gayong di pa kami kasal? Sana po mapayuhan niyo ako, Miss A. Salamat po. Baka may chance naman po kaya na hindi naman totoo naman din yung photo na yun kasi di ba ngayon, uso naman po ngayon yung mga Photoshop. Tsaka sana yung nagpadala sa inyo nung litrato nung asawa nyo, tsaka nung sinasabi na kinakasama niya ngayon, i-ano nyo rin po kung ano yung intention behind that. Kasi merong iba na parang gusto lang ding manggulo. Ngayon, kung talagang blinak na kayo ng asawa nyo, wala po ba kayo ibang pwedeng tawagan, gaya ng magulang niya, o mga kapatid, para po malaman ninyo yung totoo. Para naman, kahit, kasi mahirap din namang mag-move on ng walang closure. At least magkaroon man kayo ng closure, tsaka pag-usapan nyo na rin po yung tungkol sa anak ninyo, kung ano yung gagawin niya, paano niya patuloy na susuportahan yung anak ninyo kung may mangyari man sa relasyon ninyo. Kung habol po, merong habol talaga yung anak ninyo dahil sa family code naman po, it doesn't matter kung legitimate or illegitimate ang bata as long as nirecognize po ng father na anak po niya yon, talagang may habol po yung anak nyo. Sa inyo naman po, kung blinak na po kayo ng asawa nyo sa Facebook at hindi na po kayo nakakarinig ng kahit ano, siguro po dapat masakit mang tanggapin, mag-move on na lang po tayo. Kasi mahirap naman po na ipilit natin yung sarili natin dun sa tao na meron ng iba. Kumbaga, kung ayaw na sa inyo, dapat magkaroon tayo ng respeto sa sarili natin, tsaka ng pagmamahal sa sarili natin, na magkaroon tayo ng, dapat itayo nyo na, kung ayaw mo na sa akin, mag-move forward ako. Dahil hindi naman po ito yung ending ng life nyo. Hindi na ito yung pinaka-last na ito na talaga yung storya ng buhay nyo. Pwede nyo pang ibahin yung storya ng buhay nyo. Kailangan nyo lang po na tumayo at mag-decide na kaya ko to, mag-move on ako. Sana po ay nabigyan namin ng linaw ang nangyari kay Amy at sana naman, Amy, ay magdasal lang tayo. Basta nandito lang naman kami para makinig sa'yo. Sana ay patuloy ang iyong paglago, pag-move on, pag-grow sa iyong buhay. At yan po ang ating sulat ngayon na sana po nakatulong po tayo kay Miss Amy. At sa iba po na may bahay dyan, ating mga kapwa marino na kailangan may mga tanong o meron kayong mga issues na gustong linawin, mapapersonal man o mapaprofessional, i-like nyo lang po sana ang aming Facebook page na Tinig ng Marino sa PTV at amin po kayong papayuhan. Pwede rin po kayong mag-email sa amin sa tinigngmarino.ptv4@gmail.com. Hanggang sa muli po dito sa Dear Miss A, magbabalik ang Tinig ng Marino sa PTV.
Very informative yung mga tinalakay na Nelson at Arian Ramirez. So sa mga susunod na linggo mga kaibigan, abangan pa rin natin kung ano pa yung kanilang pag-uusapan para naman makaabot sa mga seafarers. Abangan po yan sa susunod na linggo.
Well, wag po kayong kukurap mga kaibigan. Dahil sa ilang saglit po ay pakikita naman natin ang ating pakikipanayam kay Ginoong Angelito M. Rodriguez ng Bayan ng Laurel dito po sa lalawigan ng Batangas.
Hindi naman sila pababayaan ng PCH. Lagi nakahanda yung tutulong sa kanila.
By playing PCSO lottery games, you bring smile to their faces. You and PCSO, together we help every Filipino.
Mga kaibigan, ang ating pong guest ngayon sa Tulay ay ang first councilor ng Bayan ng Laurel, Batangas na si Konsehal Angelito Rodriguez. At welcome to the show.
Hello po, Kuya Billy. Maraming salamat po at nagkaroon po kami ng pagkakataon na makatulay sa inyong programa. At naniniwala po ako na itong programa natin ito ang magiging tulay ng mga kagaya naming Maralita.
Naging guest natin at naituloy natin sa programa na ito ang inyong Vice Mayor at may natutuhan din tayong mga bagay na may kinalaman sa inyong bayan na alam natin na medyo liblib at ang karaniwang alam ng mga tao ay Tagaytay pag tumingin sa Taal Lake. Pero ang kanilang tinutunghayan po, ang isa doon na tinutunghayan ay ang bayan ng Laurel.
Tama po kayo.
Kaya sabi ng mga taga Laurel, sabi ng mga kababayan mo, sabi ni Vice Mayor Austria, ang nakikinabang sa tourism industry ng Taal Lake ay ang Tagaytay City.
Tagaytay po.
Malungkot din, ano? Sapagkat dapat makinabang din ang mga taga Laurel at Talisay at yung mga nakapalibot na bayan, ano?
Opo, actually nga po, yun nga pong aming bayan, kapag pinapakilala ko, saan ba yung Laurel? Ang sinasabi ko po ay, kung kayo po ay nakakarating ng Tagaytay, ay ang aming pong bayan ay yung bayan na natatanaw nyo sa Tagaytay.
Yun ang problema, ang reference mo ay Tagaytay.
Tagaytay pa rin po. Kami po ay hindi nawawalan ng pag-asa na darating ang araw na ang isang maliit na bayan na katulad ng aming bayan ay unti-unting makikilala at unti-unting magiging progresibo na magiging tatak na itong bayang Laurel ay masarap pasyalan at puntahan dahil na may masarap kaming tilapia, marami sa aming mga prutas, malunggay, marami rin po sa amin. Actually, ang aming pong bayan ay hinahangad namin na maging malunggay capital.
Dahil?
Naniniwala po kami na makakapag-produce ang aming bayan ng isang livelihood program na
mula sa
malunggay.
Dahil may sapat kayong lupa na taniman.
Opo, at yan po ay pinagyayaman ng aming mga kababayan dahil madali lang po kasing mabuhay ang malunggay at at the same time ay napaka-vitamina at napaka-sustansyang gulay at nagiging herbal na rin sa ating mga ilang karamdaman.
Well, sabi nga nila ay marami daw mga bagay na pakinabang medically or health benefits mula sa malunggay.
Tama po kayo dyan. At ang aming pong bayan ay may mga magaganda rin pong lugar para sa mga turismo dahil lang kami po ay mayaman din po. Meron din po kami mga batis, meron po kami mga talon, mga bukal at ilog na sa Taal Lake po ay mismong bayan laan din namin ang nakakapag-supply ng tubig sa ating lawa ng Taal.
Doon ang gagaling?
Opo, sariwa po yun at masarap pong paliguan.
Nag-graduate ka ng accountancy pero it looks like, batay sa nakaranasan mo, hindi mo na-practice yung pagiging accountant and at the early age of 24 ay napasok ka na sa, sabi nila, magulo raw na mundo ng politika. Pero hindi ko kailanman ginamit na magulo ang mundo ng politika. Ang tingin ko, maraming tao ang yumaman dahil sa politika. I don't know if you will agree with me.
Napakagandang tanong po niyan at yan po ay nagbalik sa aking alaala nung panahong ako ay pumasok sa politika ay naging tanong kasi sa akin kaisipan nung ako ay pagka-graduate ko po ng college at gusto kasi ng mami na ako ay maging accountant. Ngunit nung ako ay umuwi pagkatapos kong makagraduate, umuwi muna ako sa probinsya para magpahinga. Napansin ko na yung mga politiko namin sa aming bayan tila ba, ano ba akong ginagawa ng mga to sa munisipyo, sa sangguniang bayan?
Pero alam mo, may iniatang na responsibilidad.
Oho, sabi ko naging tanong ko sa akin kung kaya sabi ko, siguro...
Anong nakikita mo, specifically?
Siguro ako, ang bayang ito ay may maitutulong din ako. Bale, sa panahong yun, bilang kabataan, ay tingin ko, may maitutulong ako sa bayang ito.
Dahil ano ang nakita mo?
Dahil nang masyado kasi yung napapag-iwanan ng mga panahong yun. Ay, ano bang ginagawa ng mga to dito? Dapat yung mga to naggagawa ng mga ordinansa, ng mga resolusyon. Kaya sabi ko noon, susubukan ko kahit na independent ho ako ng mga panahong yun. Nag-attempt po ako. At awa naman po ng Diyos ay umabot po ako sa top 5.
Sa top 5.
Bilang independent candidate ng mga panahong yun. Hindi naman nila ako kilala, pero yung aking advokasya na makatulong ay nakita nila. At ako na may pinagtiwalaan nila ng mga panahon yun.
Konsyal Lito,
Opo.
Matagal ka na rin sa paglilingkod sa bayan as an elected official. Nakita mo na ang mga problema ng bayan, ang problema ng taong bayan, ang problema ng mga opisyal ng bayan sa inyong partikular na lugar. Ano ang gagawin mo? Halimbawa na ikaw ang vice mayor na ng bayan ng Laurel, Batangas.
Bali, unang-una po ay yan pong mga programa natin sa livelihood programs ay pipilitin natin na ma-monitor upang sa ganun ay hindi yung ilo-launch lamang tapos hindi naman na monitor. Titingnan natin kung yan ba ay naging matagumpay, yan ba ay talagang pinakinabangan ng ating mga kababayan upang sa ganun ay hindi masayang ang mga inilalaan nating budget dyan. Tututukan din po natin yung mga batas na ipinasana ng ating mga naunang mga konsihal, kung ito ba ay naipapatupad, tulad po ng mga programa sa ating mga kabataan na masyadong hindi napapabayaan katulad ng mga nalululong sa droga, ang mga curfew ba pinatutupad nila, sa murang edad nila, naninigarilyo na, tapos yung ating mga programa sa mga senior citizens.
Bawal na ba ang paninigarilyo sa inyong bayan?
Pinagbabawal naman po, kaya lang
pinatutupad ba?
Hindi po masyadong nagpapatupad. Kaya sabi ko, dapat ito sa...
That's negligence of a public official.
O, kaya sabi namin, dapat maipatupad yan upang sa ganun, ay masuportahan din natin ang programa ng ating Pangulong Digong.
Isang karanasan sa buong bayan. Ang mga tricycle nagbibiyahe sa highway. Ang pagbabiyahe ng tricycle sa highway is against the law.
Akin pong imumungkahi na sana ay may ayos ang mga kalye sa amin upang sa ganun yun ang magamit na daanan ng aming mga tricycle at hindi maging risky ang mga pasahero ng tricycle na dumadaan po sa ating mga highway.
In terms of corruption, anong gagawin mo? Mukhang may problema ang inyong mayor na nakaupo hinggil sa corruption.
Nabatid niyo rin po pala usaping yan. Kami naman po ay bilang sanggunian ay mananatiling tapat at transparent sa lahat ng mga programa ng ating pamahalaan at direkta po nating ipauunawa sa ating mga kababayan kung saan napupunta ang ating mga pondo upang sa ganun ay alam nila kung paano talaga nagagasta ang mga pera ng ating bayan. Transparency lang po ang kailangan po natin ipakita sa ating mga tao.
Well, Vice Mayor, madaling sabihin yan, pero we don't have more time. Kaya, any message to our televiewers?
Sa mga kababayan po namin na nanonood at tumatangkilik ng ating programang Tulay, bilang inyong lingkod bayan ay mananatiling handang tumulong at sumuporta sa inyong aking mga kababayan at sa lahat ng mga nanonood na tayo ay maging matalino sa pagpili ng ating mga pinuno upang sa ganon ang ating bayan ay magtuloy-tuloy ang pag-unlad na inaasahan at na nais mangyari ng ating mahal na Pangulong Duterte.
Maraming salamat, Konsehal.
Maraming salamat po, Kuya
Lito Rodriguez.
Maraming salamat po.
Mga kaibigan, ang ating pong nakasama, si Konsehal Angelito Rodriguez ng bayan ng Laurel, Batangas.
Experience fun and bonding moments with your family and friends at Maharlika Bamboo Guest House sa Riaya, Quezon. With a complete bedroom and kitchen setup for your overnight stays, a jacuzzi, swimming pool, and the function room for your weddings, parties, and conferences. Relax with nature at a cost that is friendly to your pocket. Maharlika Bamboo Guest House.
Tanong hula! 2019 na, Year of the Port, gaya ng nasabi ko, yung mga port barrel. Sa tanong hula ko, ito po'y para sa Maynila. What? Tanong lang po, Mayor Erap Estrada, ano po ba ang ginagawa ng mga tauhan ninyo pagdating sa mga illegal parking? Pasalan nyo naman po ang aming barangay 235 and 237 Zone 22 para makita po ninyo ang mga illegal parking na nagkalat sa street na ito. Tanong hula, sino ang dalawang chairman dito na nakakasakop? Malalaman po ninyo ang sagot sa susunod na Tanong Hula!
This portion was brought to you by Okinawan's Beauty Secret. Beauty water na walang chemical at beauty cream na hiyang sa inyo. For inquiries, please call 0917-627-5522.
Well mga kaibigan, we don't have the luxury of time. Natapos na naman po ang oras na ibinigay sa atin. Kaya napakaganda pong bagay na tayo nagkasama-sama po muli ngayong linggo na ito. Asahan po namin sa amin pong pagbabalik sa darating na linggo ay magkakasama-sama pa rin po tayo. Marami pong salamat. Ako po, si Billy Andal.
At mga kaibigan, sabi nga po ay masarap mabuhay ng may dignidad at paninindigan. Ako po si Jet Claveria.
Kami po ang inyong tulay, your bridge to understanding, peace, and prosperity.